Hey guys, it's JJLongboards, John here. We're doing a review on the Comet FSM Flying Spaghetti Monster. This is the 2011 version. First I'll give you the specs on that real quick. It is 40 inches long, 10 inches wide with a taper in the middle, which means that it's wider here than it actually is in the middle, as you can see. And it's got a 30-inch wheelbase, and then it's got a 0.75, 3/4 of an inch of radial concave, and then it's also got a 1-inch rocker and extended noses and tails, which with the rocker make kicks. But my setup, I have bare 852s on it, 57 degrees, and seismic tecton bearings, love them, and the brand new Orangutan Balutes 83A. If you guys want to hear more about these are great wheels, but I'll go a lot more in depth with the review that we should have up over to the side or something. And so I'm going to talk about the board now. I use this board for my little bit of freestyle free ride board. I use these kicks a lot. I've really gotten to like them. They listing in descriptions for the board, it doesn't say that they have kicks, but they're extended nose and tails, and with the rocker you can tell that the nose and tails are kind of flared up a little, which makes it way easy for like shove-its, manuals, and that it helps a lot. And the rocker and the concave just keep your feet so perfectly when you're doing slides. When I throw out like a heel side standee, my feet just feel completely locked in, like they're not going anywhere, and you can really dig into this concave up here on the side to push that board. And this board would be compared with like a Lanyard's 9-5 because they're both great sliding boards, but the difference is the 9-5 has a 3/4 inch of rocker, and this has a 1 inch of rocker. But the 9-5 has gas pedals, so that's not really a big deal for me. A lot of people like gas pedals, but if someone really wanted to, then they could just sand them into the sides of this, and it really wouldn't be that big of a difference, but I don't really mind it. So I'm going to talk about the graphic. The new graphic looks, in my opinion, pretty nice. It's got a really good stain. It's more of a yellow in the middle, and then it kind of fades to orange, and then it's got like a lighter purple, and then goes to like a deeper purple, and then you got the Spaghetti Monster guy right here and the Comet logo, and it's kind of got trim around the edge of natural. And I like the graphic. It's pretty decent. It goes with my wheel color, which was a coincidence. And yeah, I like it a lot. I think that the board looks really nice, especially standing down on the board on top. I think that looks pretty sweet. But more about the riding. This board, it's not going to be your carving and cruising board like a dervish would be or something like that. This board is stiff. It's not really turny at all. I mean, don't get me wrong, I turn substantially well with my bare 57 degrees right now, but you're not going to use this thing for just like a cruising around good time type board. It's more of a just quick free ride, pushing, because the 1-inch rocker and the drop through make it a great pusher. But you're going to use this thing for typically free ride and freestyle type tricks because of the tails. And you can do some downhill, but I wouldn't recommend going above about 30 because of the rocker might give you a little bit of wobble. So I'd recommend doing light DH would be just fine with this board, and then doing something like a lot of free ride, doing some freestyle, a little bit of cruising, some long distance if you want, and that would be perfect if that's what you wanted, because that's what I wanted, and this board's done more than everything I've asked it for. And also, people were saying, like before, one of the things that was kind of going against my idea of getting this board was people were talking about the DLAM issues with the biodegradable glue. But don't let that hinder you, because Comet changed it. For this, if you see this graphic, it's changed. Then they switched back to normal glue, and I've heard that it just holds together just as well as anything. And it's also CNC'd, which pretty much means that it's just going to be a lot more durable, especially on the nose and tails. It's not going to break as easily like pitchfork or something like that. It's just going to be fine. And so overall, I would like to say that this board would probably be about a 9 out of 10 for me. It's great for sliding. It's got great wheel cutouts and wheel wells, so you can pretty much fit anything you want on this board and it'll hold up well. But I'd say that this thing, it's definitely a good board for someone who's looking to do free ride, but not exactly the carving and cruising. So I would say if you want a good free ride board and you want to be able to do some tricks on it and do a little bit of cruising, I think that this is worth your money. It's a pretty reasonable price, the deck being $140. I got this complete for about $260 at Mirrorscape, which is a great deal. I love Mirrorscape, and I think that you would love this board if that's what you wanted to do. So yeah, that's the Comet FSM Flying Spaghetti Monster. I think you should pick it up. I think it's a great board, and it definitely does what I want it to. So yeah, thanks for watching the review. This is JJLongboards, John P. Trock.